Yo, G, what was the first business you ever started?
Ooh, first business is wow, geez, that's like over 20 years ago. I mean, geez, gosh, I don't know. I would say the first like business I'm gonna give credit to was I was like a teenager. Everybody wanted to go out to the clubs, and we needed fake IDs, and they had just switched IDs from like the old school. There were like these old school looking IDs to these new IDs, the same IDs that we have now that are like kind of like have a hologram on them. And there was a kid in Wayne, New Jersey that had this hologram machine that people were going to. His name was Chris. And I remember finding that out and going to Chris, finding this kid Chris, and I offered to acquire his machine and to learn how to make these fake IDs. And at first he was like hesitant, but my gift to Gab figured it out and I got to acquire it from him. It was like, damn, I gotta admit, it was like an expensive thing for me to do. Like, it was like all the money I had saved up at that time. I don't know, probably like a couple $1,000s. Like, I'm hustling, selling t-shirts and selling weed and freaking all types of other shit. And anyways, I acquired it and I started selling fake IDs to like everyone in New Jersey. And yo, that shit was crazy profitable. I was able to charge some people like up to $500 an ID. And so I just remember people coming. My parents only knew, yo, I would like come on the side of the house. I had like the whole blue cloth be hit. I had a whole process for it. And yeah, it was like, that was my first business that, shh, don't tell nobody. But then that helped me to really understand entrepreneurship. And eventually I had to get away from doing things that were a little bit shady and gray area and illegal to really understanding like, whoa, this is what's called entrepreneurship. And after dropping out my first semester in college to really go all in and becoming an entrepreneur because feeling college was a scam, my first business for real was a marketing agency. And so I'm so passionate about stocks. It started off as a forum and eventually a company reached out to me and was like, hey, how do I advertise on your forum? Because I like figured out a way to get this forum to have like 10,000 people on it. And I was like, what? You would actually pay me to be on here? And that eventually led me to building an agency. Got my first client for $500 and then eventually helped these companies to get blog posts on them, get them PR, help them understand pay-per-click advertising, to get on my website, help them build their email list. And many other things. Even back then, even direct mail, and like I was faxing these companies, bro. Like, can you imagine faxing companies back then? I was like only 18 years old and got my first client 500, turned that to 1,000. Next client 1,000, next client 3,000, next client 5,000, next client 10,000, next client 20,000, next client 50,000, next client 100,000, and just started stacking and learning how to over deliver. I was so passionate on both sides. I was so passionate about helping these companies that were small cap, new companies that were innovative in the stock market, and also my passion for marketing and storytelling and understanding the internet. Yo, you can do anything with the internet nowadays. And so like just putting those two together helped me to become a millionaire by 24. And it just goes to show you, like, with the internet, anything is truly possible. The truth is you gotta be real careful though, to do things the right way, because you can definitely do some scammy things like what we're seeing in NFTs now. But yeah, that's how it all began. So I'm curious, guys, what was your first ever idea that you like went for it and like started, whether it failed or not? What was it? Drop it in the comments. I want to connect with you guys more. Make sure to subscribe and let me know what you think of how we're popping off on the YouTube channel. Peace.